Hello, everybody. Title of this video is Three Questions for Trump from a Palestinian. I'm going to go through a number of questions here, but first I'd like to go into talking about how important this upcoming election for the United States is going to be. We've seen a lot of liberals or people who used to vote Democrat are really hating on Joe Biden lately for obvious reasons. He handled the situation in Palestine really badly. He handled the situation in Ukraine really badly, giving away billions of dollars of our tax money, of American tax money, to these countries all around the world with very questionable human rights abuses in its history. And even though historically, a lot of Muslims and minorities and Palestinians in general always seem to vote for Democrats for some weird reason. They think that Democrats love them or something. I never fell for that trick to begin with, but I'm seeing the kind of change that we're having in the people in the demographic here in the United States. So the first question I want to go over that I have written here is, will you force Israel to remove the illegal settlements? I'd just like to go over this one last time, is that it's very important how Donald Trump will face these issues, because it's going to depend on who's going to be the president. Because everybody's sick of seeing what's going on in Gaza. So will he force Israel to remove the illegal settlements in the West Bank? These settlements are there illegally by international law and by Israeli law. There's hundreds of thousands of Israelis living in the West Bank, dividing up the cities. I can't even go from my village to another region without going through a lot of checkpoints or private or a tiny road that's allowed for us Palestinians, while Israelis all have their illegal settlements on the top of mountains, the same town. It's been a really big loss of land for Palestinians, even more than we've lost in the past, and it's just continuing nonstop, with Israel building new settlements on a monthly basis almost. And these settlers themselves are huge terrorists. They're fanatics. They shoot people. They shoot innocent people. They carry weapons everywhere they go, and they shoot people wherever they feel like whenever they feel like shooting somebody, they'll shoot a child and the mother and a whole family. It's fine. They always get away with it. They never are held accountable for their actions. So these settlements need to be dismantled if there needs to be any peace in the Middle East. That's for sure. That's the first step. If we had a united West Bank and a united Gaza, it would be much better than our state right now. The second question for Trump. Since Trump always talks about not giving money anymore to the European Union and to the Ukrainians, so my question is, will he stop giving aid to Israel as he plans to stop giving aid to Ukraine? Because American taxpayers are getting sick of their tax money being sent overseas to countries all around the world, while in America we have a housing crisis. And we have a crazy crime issue in our inner cities areas. And there's murders happening on a daily basis in America. And there's a huge immigrant crisis that's also been on the border. This is also another thing that's been going on. Pretty sure our tax money could be used for much better things, especially medical fields, where people are paying ridiculous amounts of money just to be able to survive. It shouldn't exist that way. It shouldn't happen that way. We already have a Medicaid system and a Medicare system. Imagine if that Medicaid system and Medicare system got those billions of dollars instead of Ukraine. Wouldn't that be really beneficial for the USA, for the people that are living in the USA? Not just that, imagine if the billions of dollars were used on housing in order to help people pay their rent, lower the price of rent, or lower the prices of houses in general. It would rebalance the economy a little bit. People would be able to take a breath of, take a relaxation a little bit from all the financial stress that they've been going through over the years. if we just stopped giving that money to foreign countries, just use it on ourselves, like a regular country is supposed to do. They're not supposed to take taxes from the people and then, against the will of the people, give it away to foreign countries. That shouldn't be happening at all. So will America stop funding Israel under Donald Trump is a big question, because many people are also waking up to the tens of thousands of Palestinians being killed in Gaza and thousands in the West Bank. The question on the list here is, will the United States under Donald Trump recognize a Palestinian statehood? We've been fighting for our independence for a very long time now, since the time of fighting the British. My village was one of the first villages to attack the British and fight back against the British. And we've been fighting the colonizers ever since. We just want a land of our own without people stealing it and bombing us for living on that land and being native to the land. Statehood is very important for military. We don't have an active military. We don't have a standing military. The Palestinian Authority has some small militia that they use that aren't effective in any way. And they don't have any aircrafts or navy. There's no navy to be working on to begin with, because the rest of Palestine has been occupied anyway. But there's no aircrafts, there's no tanks, there's no anti-aircraft, there's nothing. We have nothing. So you have the Palestinian Authority, which is supposed to be the internationally recognized government of Palestine. At the same time, they don't have any actual power. They don't have any strength or power to actually protect their borders or protect their citizens. There's incursions into the West Bank on a weekly basis. You have IDF jeeps and tanks going, and helicopters and jets attacking towns and villages in the West Bank all the time. All the time. My region is hit the most in the West Bank because I'm from Jenin. Our region is hit all the time. My village is hit all the time. Airstrikes. They send these big caterpillar machines to take down houses. They send IDF death squads. They shoot rockets into homes. They airstrike mosques and churches, and they airstrike people's homes. So many soldiers have been going into the West Bank. There's no respect for the boundary or the border there. And there'll never be respect for the border until the settlements are dismantled to begin with. But also statehood would help remove those illegal settlements anyway. Because if a border was recognized of the West Bank, that means Israel would be forced to remove, or at least they would be pressured to remove the illegal settlements, since the West Bank would be recognized as a sovereign nation. What's left of Palestine would be recognized as a sovereign nation by the international community in general. So those are my 3 questions for Trump. I'm hoping that more conversations about Palestine come up in future debates between Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, and Donald Trump. I see a lot of Republicans and Democrats both changing their mood towards Israel. That's a very good thing. There's a lot of people who used to be Republican, who used to be really pro-Israel, who are now having second thoughts about everything after they're seeing tens of thousands of people being killed. And especially when they interview Israelis or Israeli officials or pro-Israeli Zionists in the United States, and they're hearing speech such as, we were forced to kill their kids, we were forced to bomb them, we were forced to commit crimes, basically, we were forced to kill innocent people. People are really getting sick of hearing that. People are wanting to see a change now. So in general, there's a little bit of positivity in everything. We can't just look at the negative side. I'm hoping that out of these elections, there'll be a better result for Palestinians and Palestine as a state. Thank you for watching my video. Please share it widely and subscribe to stay to date to uploads.